I love Marvin Harrison Jr. Like I need us to leave the draft with him. Like that. That's what I need more than anything. Leave the draft with Marvin Harrison Jr. Can you imagine? Maybe not his rookie year, but his second year, he's the best receiver on the team, and DJ's the second best receiver on the team.
Okay, so how good do you think he is?
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's generational talent.
So
that word we throw around with everybody else, and Caleb Williams and Drake May and everybody. I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. is a generational talent. I like the kid from Washington, Arunde. I like the kid from LSU, Neighbors. I think they're going to be good football players. But if you got a chance to get, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, but you end up with Santana Moss or to a greater degree Steve Smith, that's fine, right? I like Santana Moss. I love Steve Smith. Right. But if I can get Randy Moss or T.O., I want that dude.
Let me give you the Randy story. Okay. All right. So young Carm, 20-year-old Carm, which is
all right.
So it's a couple years ago.
Week or two.
Yeah. I used to go to this health club, which is not as good as Midtown, which we'll tell you about coming up here. But it was the multiplex out in Deerfield. Now the Bulls used to practice there, and the Bears would it's out in Deerfield by Hallis. So a bunch of Bears would come in there. They'd hoop and whatever, work out. And so sometimes you'd have a situation where you're literally in the steam room with the Chicago Bear.
Sure.
Now, in 1985. I know this is dating some of our listeners here, but in 1985, two Bears held out before that season because they wanted more money, Todd Bell and Al Harris. And they both ended up, the Bears just didn't pay either of them. They were both really good players, and they missed out in the Super Bowl because the Bears were so damn talented. But Al Harris.
That's tough.
That's real tough.
Tough to not be a part of one of the greatest teams ever.
Yeah, literally held out, and they were like, no. And they both sat out the year. So Al Harris, who number 90, great man, he would work out, and he had thoughts on everything. And so we're in the steam room the year that Randy's coming out. And there's maybe 6 of us in there having a fine steam room conversation.
Sure.
And people asking who to draft. And Al Harris was like, if it's me, I'm taking Randy Moss. And he's I'm telling you, Randy is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He is unlike pretty much anything I've seen at that spot. This guy is going to be nasty. And so, he's coming out of Marshall. People didn't really know who he was.
Yeah.
And he had some baggage tied to him. Al Harris nailed it. And the way people are talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., not exactly the same resume. I mean, this is a dude coming out of Ohio State, and more people are saying it. But people are talking about him the way they were, at least to me, the way they were talking about Randy coming out.
I think it's warranted. I think the kid is that good. Just watching him play, he continues to get better. You go into every single Saturday, and all the DC has talked about all week is watch number 18. 18. The kid still gets 9 catches for $150 and 2 touchdowns. Like, it's nuts. Like, do something with that dude. And he's not like Randy Moss. Greatest trick ever, but it's a one-trick pony. Like, it's the greatest trick ever. You don't need another trick if you're Randy Moss.
Right.
But Marvin Harrison Jr. can do everything on the field. He can run every route. He's got overs. He's got slants. He's got whip routes. He's got everything you need. Post, corner. It's not just a go ball and throw it up to me. He can do that too. He's built well. He's tough. Man, put that kid on the Bears team, and I think, no doubt, by his second year, he's the best receiver on the team. And I love DJ.
We all silly like the mayor.